What's good, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. This is just a quick video to show you different pull-up variations, different grips you can use when it comes to doing your pull-ups. First up, we've got the hardest one, really. It's the wide grip pull-up. Now, when it comes to doing the wide grip pull-ups, what my advice would be is to go just outside the shoulder width grip. Just outside the shoulder width grip. And when it comes to your form, basically chin above bar. You don't have to full lock out, but try and get your chin right above the bar. Getting a nice good stretch in the lats. That's going to be the best and hardest exercise to do when it comes to pull-ups to help you get that back wider, really target those lats. Second exercise we've got is the narrow grip. Now, the only difference between the wide grip and the narrow grip is just bring it in a couple of inches. So just inside of shoulder width grip even. And with that, it'll really pump up your lats. It's a little bit easier than the wide grip, but it's still a really difficult exercise. So you'll find yourself getting a few more reps on the narrow grip. Then next up we've got is the hammer grip, the close grip. Now this exercise is a great one for your back. However, I find this really pumps up my traps a lot. It's a really underrated traps exercise in my opinion, that. So that's the exercise number 3, and then on to 4 we've got is underarm grip. Now with underarm grip, it is still targeting your lats, however more biceps are involved. It is a little bit easier doing it underarm. Doesn't make it worse, doesn't make it better, it's just slightly different, and it targets more of your biceps. I apologise for not getting footage of that, I don't really do underarm grip a lot. Then we're on to some weighted pull-ups. Now when it comes to doing weighted pull-ups, my advice would be is to just put the weight in between your legs. Put the weight in between your legs and you're good to go. Weightlifting belts, they've never really done anything for me. And the last thing I'd say is, if you do struggle doing pull-ups, my advice would be is to start with an underarm grip, really close grip, to the point where your hands are touching. Your hands are touching together, both arms, underarm grip, and what you want to do is get progressively stronger and take that grip wider and wider. It's always going to be easier doing the underarm grip because there's more biceps involved. So what you want to do is, once you get stronger, take that grip wider and wider, and then you'll be ready to do the overarm grip. All these pull-up choices, they all work the same thing, to be honest. It's all widening your lats. The only difference when you're doing underarm, it works more of your biceps, whereas when you flip the grip, it's a little bit harder. It's less on the biceps and more on the lats. However, main point I'm getting across is, if you do struggle doing pull-ups, my advice is to start with a really close grip, a really close underarm grip. Get stronger, get progressively stronger, and then you can take that grip wider and wider, and then you can start doing the overhand grip, you can start doing the narrow grip, and you can just generally get better at the exercise. And of course, it goes without saying, make sure to do all your other back exercises too. Your lat pull downs, your V-bar pull downs, your barbell rows, your dumbbell rows, your T-bar rows, some of the back machines in the gym. All these exercises are going to help you get a wider back and a thicker back, and help you get better at pull-ups, because pull-ups are a really difficult exercise, but all these exercises will help you get a stronger back and help you get better at doing the pull-ups. And like I mentioned before, if you do struggle with pull-ups, my advice would be is to start with a really close grip, hands touching, underarm, and then as you get progressively stronger, take that grip wider. I hope that video has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.